It's quite a challenge, right? Take on, a new product in weight management for BodyWise because BodyWise has been doing this category so well for such a long period of time. So, when we undertook the opportunity to bring a new product as part of the weight management suite, for me, it was an opportunity to review new science, to look at new ingredients, and to really ask a question like, what can we do that is the most up-to-date, most modern, most effective iteration of a product to support people for part of a new weight management program. So with that, I'm very excited that this product is finally launched. I feel like we've been talking about it for so long, and we did the pilot group, and finally here we are. So I'm going to just talk a little bit. I want to keep it brief because I know people have questions, to talk a little bit about the new ReShape product. It's simple. When you look at this formula, there's 4 ingredients. Three of them have a new technology in them. So I want to start actually by giving a little insight into this new technology, which is called biosneds. It's kind of a funny name for something that stands for being a self-emulsifying delivery system. And one thing that you guys should know, you guys are one of the first companies in the world to have this technology. So I think that's just a really important thing to recognize. I believe that this technology is important enough in the way it works to improve bioavailability, particularly of certain kinds of nutrients, like the kinds that we have in this formula. I think in the next few years, you will see it get adopted, but you're right out on the front of this new science, which I think is reflective of what this company has always done, right? Reflective of BodyWise having such a strong commitment to always bringing the best science, and bioavailability is something we have always been very much at the forefront of. So I'm super excited that we got this technology. Probably most of you have heard about other technologies to improve bioavailability, things like liposomes, things like that that are out there, becoming increasingly common. Part of what is really wonderful about the biosneds technology is it improves bioavailability a lot more. And I'll talk about that as I talk about each ingredient. That's partly because it's smaller particle sizes. So when they make these ingredients, they actually can make the particles much smaller, which just makes sense, right? Smaller size, you get more in. But the other part of it is really is a health part. So a lot of liposomes involve production using toxic solvents and other kinds of processes, which might result in something that gives you more bioavailability, but might also give you some things that you really don't want. So in this case, we get nice small particle size, we get the ingredients that go into making this are all natural, non-GMO, improving the bioavailability of each of the nutrients. So I'm going to start by talking about the 3 ingredients probably people are most or least familiar with, which are the ThymoPro, BioButyrin, and Barisol. So ThymoPro, this is starts with an extract of something called black cumin seed, which is an ingredient that's been around a while, but just in the last few years, we've had kind of an explosion of research on the benefits of thymoquinone. In this formula, what we're really using it for is it improves blood sugar regulation. It also has some direct data on supporting weight management, as well as improving healthier inflammatory processes in the body. So one thing that is kind of newer to the science of weight management and metabolic health since the last time we introduced a new weight management product is really understanding in more in depth the connection between inflammatory response and metabolic health and weight management. So thymoquinone really works on all of those fronts. There's something like, I think last count I looked was like a dozen studies supporting this ingredient for weight management. So really good science. And again, coupled with this high bioavailability technology, a very important part of this formula. Next, we have the BioButyrin. I could talk, this is a cool ingredient. I can literally talk all day about this ingredient. The base material here is something called butyrine, or also you can see it sometimes referred to as tributyrine. So both of those are the same thing. Butyrine, tributyrine, same thing. It's what we call a postbiotic. So I'm gonna take 1 minute. Lots of people have heard of prebiotics. Those are little microorganisms, right? We've talked about those on other calls. We have prebiotics, right, which are usually carbohydrates that feed our probiotics. And in this case, we have something that is a postbiotic. So postbiotics are metabolites that are made by your microbiome that travel to other parts of your body and have effects in other organs or other tissues. In this case, we have butyrate, which is related to butyric acid. One thing it does is it provides a source of fuel for the cells in your digestive system. So it's really important for things like colon health. But it also travels out beyond the gut and has a whole bunch of other functions in the body, including for metabolic health, regulation of blood sugar, um, again, studies directly for weight management, and some other fun, what I call beneficial side effects for things like immunity and quality of sleep. So those are the like kind of bonus effects that you can get from butyrate. In this case, when the SNEDS technology has been compared to normal forms of butyrate or butyric acid, this technology actually increases the bioavailability by over 300%, which is incredible. This is how we can use such small amounts of this material in this formula and get such a profound impact from using it. And finally, we have Berbisol. So people are probably have heard about berberine. Berberine is an ingredient that's been around in the natural products industry forever. I'm going to say forever. We used to see it a long time ago. It's found naturally in herbs like Oregon grape root and hydrastis. So you used to see it particularly in old formulas for immune health. But it's really taken off lately and had a whole new life with studies around weight management. So again, long traditional use, but much more modern uses for, again, weight management, particularly in this case, improving some of the hormonal markers that are directly responsible for weight management and metabolic health. So it helps to kind of modulate levels of insulin and leptin and some of the other appetite hormones like GLP and CCK. So it really is acting broadly for support of weight management and metabolic health. It also has some extra bonus effects in helping to support healthy levels of blood fats. So a lot of people just take berberine to support healthy levels of cholesterol and triglycerides. It has that as an extra effect, and overall support for cardiovascular health. Last but not least, there's some really interesting data on berberine improving exercise capacity. It's a really nice bonus effect because obviously an important part of weight management is moving. So if we can support that function as well, it is an additional bonus. Again, here, the technology, the SNEDS technology that we're applying to these ingredients, in this case, has been shown with berberine to increase the bioavailability by 600%. So compared to like the other berberine that's out there that people are buying off of Amazon or getting at Whole Foods, this one is 600 times more bioavailable than what most people have available to them in a product. So that's the super fun ones, but I'm not going to leave out the fact that we have chromium in this product. Chromium is a product with an ingredient with a long history of use in BodyWise in our weight management systems. Incredibly important nutrient for regulating insulin levels and blood sugar. It also has an effect of helping people support healthy mood while they're working on losing weight. So it has just kind of this other nice benefit of mood support that comes along with taking a little extra chromium. So those are our super fun, exciting ingredients in ReShape. I want to go from here and just say a little bit about taking this product. It is a small dose, right? It's 2 capsules a day. I know people are always going to ask the question of how should I take it? So the ideal way to take it is with a meal and with your 2 biggest eating events of the day, whatever they are. Everybody eats a little differently. Your biggest meals are breakfast and dinner, do breakfast and dinner. If your biggest meals are lunch and dinner, do lunch and dinner. If you forget one, take it, later at night. It's ideal if you can take them at 2 separate times. I know that doesn't always work for everyone. So, if it only works for you to take it once a day, you're still going to get a pretty good effect from just taking it once a day. And then I think you mentioned we have the weight management kit on sale, right? So I should say a little something, probably go ahead and say a little something about the weight management kit. if you're really, this is it for you, you're like, weight management plan, this is my January, my February, whatever it is, I am launching into 2024 with weight management. One of the nicest things you can do for yourself to support healthy weight management is to replace one meal a day with a healthy meal replacement. Frappe, the Alance Frappe, delicious, incredibly nutrient dense, versatile in terms of how you can make it. You can do one a day. You really want to get aggressive, you can replace 2 meals a day with 2 shakes. But that is a wonderful, wonderful pairing to have the nutrient support of that shake with its good quality fiber, full nutritional support. Putting that together with the new ReShape product is fabulous. I think we have worked in, at least on the website, I think I've seen this, some dietary recommendations as well. Either if you with the Alance program, we have the phase 3 maintenance program is a really great dietary program to follow. If you're going to be using the new capsules with the shakes, that is a great program to just, as a pattern to follow. If you want an alternative, look up just a basic Mediterranean diet. That will work as well too.
Do you get any heartburn? Does anybody gotten heartburn?
No.
You shouldn't.
No.
You shouldn't. There shouldn't be anything. I mean, we also are recommending taking this with a meal, right? So for people who do have some tendency towards heartburn or reflux, that should mitigate that. But there's none of these ingredients are known to be sort of heartburn inducing.
Right.
Okay, the second question is that I hear that she had suggested you can take it with your night meal. Does it keep you too stimulated to fall asleep at night?
No. In fact, at least one of these ingredients helps support sleep quality. So if anything, it's quite possible that people might sleep a little bit better. I think I don't know this for sure. I don't know if we have any people who are night eaters. That's a thing that happens for people sometimes, is you have people who even sometimes wake up in the middle of the night with hunger and find themselves standing in the pantry, trying to find something to eat. And those benefits for appetite and blood sugar, especially if people are night eaters, I would actually tell them to take 1 dose either with dinner or at night.
I was wondering, do you take one with one meal and then you take the second one with the second meal?
If you are able to do that in your schedule, that would be the ideal way to do it, would be to take it with your 2 largest eating events of the day, whatever those are.
Yeah, one or 2 with each meal.
1 with each meal.
Oh, okay. So that'd be 2 in the day.
Total dose is 2 capsules a day.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Let's get to some testimonials. Then we may have.
I know. I'm excited to hear that. I want to hear the testimonials.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'll take this over. Ladies first. So Linda Hartman down in Southern California, been with BodyWise a long, long time, and of course have seen some weight management systems in the past. I'm pretty excited about this one. Linda, what was your experience taking these products or this product?
The reason why I started in BodyWise like 20 years ago or so was because of the ReShape kit. And I didn't lose any weight, but the vitamins came with it, and I got rid of some bad headaches that I happened to have, but I didn't lose any weight. And this one is just, it's just 20 years too late. That's all. I wish it was here 20 years ago. But anyway, it's been the first day that I took it, I lost all interest in sweets and without doing willpower. Every diet I've been on, I've had to increase my exercise. I've had to use willpower, and I didn't have to do any of that. I've always walked 5 days a week or more. I didn't do anything excessive. I ate all the foods. I didn't take anything off my list. I just would get full faster. And I had no desire for sweets or chocolate. And I'm a chocolate person. And so the first month I lost about 5 pounds. And then the second month, about 5 pounds. And then I went and got a couple of ingredients that I thought would help me till the new ones came out. And I was taking 6 pills a day instead of 2. And it still wasn't all the ingredients, but it helped me maintain a little. What's happened is I never understood when someone say, "Oh, I'm full," and their plate wasn't empty. So I became that person. I would be halfway through the meal and I was full, and I would try and force myself to finish it. And it was just a different, like a mental thing. But there's this movies out that one was called Freaky Friday, where the mother and daughter said something and they switched bodies. And I feel like I switched my body with my 10-year-old self. Because when I was 10, I didn't think food all day. I just had to come in and eat, and, that's how I feel. It's just been that simple for me without trying to use willpower to do this. It's just been easy for me. So I'm thrilled to death with it. Just wish it was out 20 years ago.
Thank you, Linda. Let's go to Layton, Utah, and a very dear friend of mine, Lynn Hicks.
Yeah.
Why don't you kind of give us a little story as far as what your experience was after I called you about this? You were certainly ready to volunteer enthusiastically, and how did it work for you?
I really liked it. It curbed my cravings, and I didn't feel like I had to have snacks all the time, especially in the evening. And I would take my pill like before breakfast and before dinner. And so it really, really helped me. And I didn't have all the junk food that I usually had before. I just didn't desire it. So I was disappointed when I only had a month's supply because then I had to stop. And so I'm excited about restarting again and, just going on and being successful. I've battled my weight my whole life, Steve. So
how much weight did you lose, and how'd your clothes feel on this program the first 30?
I lost 9 pounds, and yes, I still have quite a bit to lose, but yes, my clothes did feel better. I had more energy, and I'm looking forward to getting started on it again, so I can do more things with my grandkids.
We're doing everything we can do to get it out to you ASAP. I'll round this up with, I was part of the test group, and I've been on other programs that BodyWise has had. And I have to say, Dr. Jocks, this was the simplest thing I didn't really change much of anything, which I found was interesting. I tweaked a little bit. Instead of regular potato, I eat sweet potatoes. And who knew that I absolutely love cabbage? I mean, I went to the one thing I want to share with everybody, it's really important, I believe, is we've got a great weight management guide on the website, the corporate website. Just make sure you put the W's in, www.bodywise.com, click on weight management, go down to the bottom of the page on the right side, it'll say weight management guide. Click on that, look at the ABC foods, the free foods, and phase 3. And we've also got some shake recipes in there as well. But I always use a shake after I get back from the gym in the morning. So that's typically what I do. But I will say what was interesting is I couldn't remember if it was before a meal, during a meal, after a meal, whatever. I don't know. And I didn't want to bug you about it. So sometimes I'd forget, right? So I would take it after I ate. I went, oh, man, I forgot. Sometimes I would do it before, but it was incredibly effective. I lost around 12, 13 pounds. Obviously noticed as far as the clothing was concerned. Workouts were great. I mean, I didn't see any major difference really. I still got my routine down. I got my miles in. I did my lifting. Everything was fine. Nothing changed that way. I would say the cravings is because I'll have a tendency. I used to eat a pretty good volume of food. It was good food. It was clean. But I ate a lot of it sometimes, I mean, I had to eat. So I started taking this. It was like, forget about it. You're just not going to consume that many calories because you're satisfied sooner. It's just, and there's zero craving involved. I mean, those days are over when you take this. So I didn't have the juice Linda did. So I can only do this for 1 month. But I've got my order in for 6 bottles right now. And the good news is BodyWise has this special on for January and February. So I certainly enthusiastically endorse the product. Love what you put together. I like Linda, wish you had come out with this a long time ago. You've been with us a long time, but I really think this is an elegant formula, effective, and it's spectacular. I'm just tickled to death because it's a huge problem. Just look around.
I have a
Anyway,
question for Dr.
back.
Goss.
Oh, there you go.
I
Is
hear a
it safe
question.
for diabetics to take?
I would always just say for anyone who has, a condition like diabetes, especially if they're taking medication for that, that A, they should be talking to their doctor about it. B, they will probably want to be monitoring their blood sugar more closely because there are some ingredients here that can potentially further lower blood sugar. So really important to both talk to a doctor and make sure that they're doing close monitoring.
And then, thank you for that. And how much time before you have a meal do you take the pill?
You can take it right at the beginning of a meal. Just right.
Oh,
Yeah.
not
right at the
30
very
minutes
beginning.
before or anything like that?
Does not need to be complicated like that. You can really take it right at the
Oh,
beginning.
good.
Yeah.
Just right before. Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you,
But if you forget to take it before, take it after. It's just,
Oh, like he was saying. That's awesome. Okay. Thank you.
it's pretty forgiving that way.
Nice. Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
effective, even when you do it that way. That's the impressive part, is how effective it is.
I really think that part of the efficacy, or a big part of it, is how bioavailable these nutrients are. It makes a really big difference.
Well, it's a simple thing. I would take it in my purse and didn't expect to go out to dinner, and someone said, let's go eat. And I would just take that, and I didn't have to make a big deal that, I'm trying to lose
Nice.
weight.
Right?
Mentioned.
I love hearing that.
Yes.
That's
Biosneds,
great.
huh? Biosneds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, again, as I said, BodyWise is now one of the first companies in the world to have this technology. So, keep a lookout. I think we're going to see more data emerging on it, but I am very, very excited that you guys all have this in your hands before other people do.
Me too.
Thank you.
Yeah, amen.
Me too.
Great. Bill, do you have any closing thoughts for us?
Yeah, I do. First of all, great call. And Dr. Jock, congratulations, because it sure seems like, based on these early results, that you have hit a home run. And there's so many people out there that really have some weight issues, and it frustrates them. And they keep saying, what can I do? And they exercise more, or they try to reduce their intake and so forth. But I think it was one of the individuals said, I didn't really change what I was eating. I didn't change my exercise program very much. Maybe everyone said that, but I got results. And gosh, that's so important to get. You're getting a result. I heard it. I see it. When I saw Steve Hughes appear on my screen on iPad this evening, I really thought it was a different guy. Now, 12 pounds, does it make that much difference? Maybe
Yes.
it does. Maybe it does. So anyway, congratulations to Dr. Jacques, to all the participants. I'm delighted when I hear that you can't wait to get the product, because it was only 30 days, and now what do? I want to send us the product tomorrow morning. Got it. Linda, I'll just say to you, by the way, your comment about 20 years ago, it wasn't available 20 years ago. This is new science. This is a new technology. Frankly, just as Mounjaro wasn't available 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That's the self-injectable drug for $1,000 a month. So what Dr. Jock has said to us is, we are on the cutting edge. This product is cutting edge. Very few other companies would have it. It's effective, it's cost effective, and of course, it's physiologically effective. So I'm delighted. It's a home run. Tell a lot of people about it, and you're going to get asked, right? People are going to say, like Steve, I'm going to say, geez, if I ran across Steve on a street in Idaho and I hadn't seen him in a while, I said, Steve, what happened to you, man? What are you doing? Tell me, come on, what's up? Because that's the kind of reaction I had when I saw him on the screen. So anyway, great evening, great presentation, great product. Congratulations to everyone. And I think this is a home run, and I'm just thrilled about it, because it's going to make a big difference in people's lives. So many people are frustrated about I can't control it, or I just 20 pounds more than I want to be. I'm 30 pounds more than I want to be. I'm 50 pounds more than I want to be. And that's not who I am. And it's so hard for some of these people to just be able to figure out what do they do. Sounds to me like, Dr. Jacques, like we're going to present an easy answer. 2 times a day, 2 times a day, primarily with your two biggest meals, but it's not religion. You're going to be okay if it goes a little bit different, like maybe twice in a day, but not with your biggest meals, and it'll work. And it'll work. So anyway, I'm just delighted, John Paul. I turn it back to you.
One of the benefits that I recommend everybody that goes on to measure yourself, because I lost 1.5 inches around my waist and 2 inches on each thigh. So it's getting, disappearing in all different areas. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the call tonight. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
And everybody,
Bye, everyone.
Dr. Jocks.
Bye.